Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How you doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Yeah, let's talk. Is everybody awake yet? I know we just started, but we got Mr. Mike Cariff with us, and we about to yeah, well, you know what? Jay not gonna talk too much. Jay not gonna talk too much. I like to talk, but today is Mike Cariff Day. So, Mr. Cariff,
Yes, sir.
how was your day, sir?
It's pretty great.
Pretty
It's pretty
great.
great. I'm pretty happy about what's going on out there.
I don't know what's going on because I'm pretty oblivious. I was cooking. I was boiling a pot of water. I didn't put anything in it because I don't really know how to cook. So, I was watching some anime, boiling a pot of water, and you asked me, hey, I wanted to talk. So I said, okay, let's talk. Let's
Oh,
talk. So what
we
you
got
got to tell me, brother?
we have news, man. So um, after a long deliberation, so this process has been crazy with our contract here in the NALC, and finally today we got the announcement after all the votes had been tallied that the membership soundly rejected this tentative agreement, this thing we've been calling a shit sandwich, this thing that doesn't, this 1.3%, this non-career workforce, this thing that doesn't fix, all the problems on the job, that doesn't do anything about mandatory overtime, start times, harassment on the job by the supervisors. It just doesn't do anything for us or for the future of the Postal Service. And the members saw it just like that. It was about 70% rejecting the contract. There was about 90,000 votes cast. Last time, for example, there was 63,000 votes cast. So,
Wow.
and by the way, last time, just to give you an idea of the sea change that has taken place, last time we approved the contract, 96% yes versus 4% no. And that was in 2021. So this time, complete opposite, 70%, 63,000 votes cast against the contract, 26,000 were in favor. So it is rejected. Go back to the drawing board with the Postal Service. President Renfro has notified the Postal Service that we're going to reopen negotiations, start all over again. They have a 15-day window that will start next week, and a 15-day window we're not thinking is going to bear any fruit, and then they'll go ahead and select arbitration dates, and we'll go forward from there. But just for me personally, and for a lot of carriers, we were very distraught by the process that President Renfro brought forward for contract negotiations. It was all in secret. Nobody knew what was on the table, what was being offered. Nobody knew if it was good, if it was bad. And we're just kind of like waiting. And then toward the end, it was taking so long. There was 20 months of negotiations. It was taking so long. A lot of the people were saying, well, it must be something good because, otherwise he's not going to be dragging it out like this. And like,
Right.
all right, well, let's see, And then when it came out October 18th of last year, everyone was like, what the hell is this, man? We waited 20 months for 1.3% raise, and some of the other provisions were equally as head scratching. And there's a long list of things that need to be fixed with our contract, and very few of them, if any, were fixed by the terms of that tentative agreement. So this gives us another chance. If you go to the campaign website, careforpres.org, we put up a survey. The survey just says, hey, here's who I am. I voted no. President Renfro and Postmaster General DeJoy to know why I voted no. And here's what I want out of a contract. Here's what I want out of our next agreement. And what we're going to do is we're going to take all of those and we're going to put them into a letter format. So you fill in what's important to you. You fill in who you are, your name, your branch number, and all that. We're going to take those, print them out into a letter format, and we're going to deliver them in Washington, D.C., where
Ooh,
we actually have a march planned. I put in for the permit already. We're planning a march in Washington, March the 23rd. It's a Sunday. We're going to start at NALC headquarters, 100 Indiana Avenue Northwest,
right.
and we're going to go to LaFlante Plaza, which is the Postal Service headquarters. It's a distance, and how ironic is this? The distance is 1.3 miles.
Oof.
It's a 1.3 mile trek. Nice little step off, no problem for the nation's letter carriers. But we're gonna put it out there. We want everyone to get involved. Ask their branchers to sponsor the march. If you're on the East Coast, get some buses. Let's put our best foot forward. Let's get our people out there. Let's get the public on our side. Hey, APWU, maybe you guys want to get in on it. You're still waiting on a contract, but we want to have a march for a fair contract, dignity and respect in the workplace, and service to the American people. Because if you do not have dependable workforce, you will not have good service. And I think the American people deserve better than what they're getting right now. So we're going to be reaching out to other unions, reaching out, like I say, all the branches within our union, outside of our union, anyone that wants to come help support us. But it starts with you guys writing down, typing what it is that you want out of a contract, because apparently that
Say it
message
one
was
more
not
time.
heard.
Say it one more time. So let me clear this up. Let me make sure I understand you. You're telling me that you actually want to hear the voices of the people that you represent. You want to know what they want to see in the next contract. Is that what you're telling me?
It sounds so simple, right? But obviously someone didn't take that class and they missed out on how this thing is supposed to go. But before you're elect, who our Constitution says is over the collective bargaining process, before we send him into this next battle, which will be these arbitration hearings, we need to make sure that he knows loud and clear what it is that we're looking for out of a contract. And
So
if you
you
don't tell him, he's not going to know.
so what you're saying is that you have something already set up
Already
on
live. It's
on
already live.
on your tariff for Prez. That's correct. On
Spell,
carifforprez.com.
spell it out for him.
Carif for Prez. Actually, they put it in the chat. I think Yaya put it in
You
the
know,
chat, .org. And you go on there, and there's going to be a form for all the carriers to fill out. Now, if y'all don't fill this out, this is on you. You can't bitch and moan if they only give you 1.3.5. That's not even a number. But if you go on there, now this is where you start bringing yourself. Your voice is being heard. I'm the voice of the voiceless, but I don't mean nothing if you do not sit there and get involved. They giving you the option to talk, to hear your voice. I've been talking about this for months. This man has said that he has opened up something. And what are you going to do once you get all those letters? What do you say you're going to do with them?
We're going to print them out. We're going to put them in a letter format. The letter is addressed to, is right at the top. It's addressed to President Renfro of the NALC and Postmaster General Louis DeJoy of the United States Postal Service. And we're taking them bad boys to Washington, D.C. We're going to start our march at NALC headquarters and end up in LaFlante Plaza. We're going to deliver copies on both ends and make sure everyone knows what it is we expect out of this contract.
And what day is that going to be in
That's
Washington?
going to be March 23rd. March
March
23rd.
23rd. You
Yep.
know what? I don't usually get involved in your shit, but you know what? I think what is that? What is that? A Monday, Sunday, Friday? What day?
It's a Sunday. It's a
It's a
Sunday.
Sunday. Jay gonna sacrifice and go up to DC.
Oh man,
Jay gonna
beautiful.
sacrifice. Y'all want to see Jay? I'm committing right now. I'm gonna take that day. I'm gonna fly up there from wherever I'm located, USA, and I'm gonna go and meet up with y'all. And I'm gonna march. Hopefully, I'm gonna be wearing a disguise, but I'm gonna go. There's a lot of people that don't like OJH, but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna stand with you guys because I'm proud that you guys have finally raised your voice. 80,000, what is it? Almost 90,000 and 60K said, yeah, nah.
Yeah, it was more than 2-1. 2-1. If you know anything about elections, that's a landslide. That is an absolute landslide, man. And the participation was good. It's still only 50% of the members participated in the balloting process, but we've had a lot less people participate in previous elections or referendums. So it was a good turnout. and the members made their voices heard. And you know, Jay, you're not in the NALC, but President Renfro, he was doing so much to convince people that this was a good deal. I mean, so much. He was doing the most. You
Yes.
know, the stuff he put out, this calculator letting you know, oh, look at this, all the money you're gonna get and all the raises you're gonna get. And he was doing this kind of fuzzy math, and he had all these rap sessions that he made the members pay for, you know, out of our dues money. And
Hmm.
it was just like I say, just doing the most. And the members just saw right through that. And it was about the members being smart. It was about the members being well organized. You had so many people around the country organizing events at their branch meetings where they made motions. Let's all vote no. People were having local rallies. People were ordering the buttons, you know, the vote no buttons that you
Yes.
could see your fellow coworkers in the workplace wearing those buttons. So it was just a monumental effort by everybody to make sure that that this was not going to be acceptable. This type of money where people are starting off with $20 an hour, non-career, takes 15 years to get to the top of the pay scale, and we worked through the pandemic without missing a day, and we never got no hazard pay, and we don't get any substantial raise out of that. You tell us we're essential, but you treat us like we're expendable. You pay
Mm.
us like we're expendable, and it all kind of came together and boiled up. And people said, hell no, that's just not good enough. Even though we're gonna have to wait. So now we gotta wait even longer. Our back pay and our raises and all that.
Right.
But hey, that's okay. That's all part of the fight, because if you accept bullshit, then that's all you're gonna ever get. You gotta fight for something that you deserve and something that's better. And that's what we did here with this vote here today. So you asked how I'm doing. I'm ecstatic, man. And I started this thing. Guys, go back and look at from Eight Arbitration Podcast, February 19th, 2023. I did a whole show about what we need out of this contract, and negotiations opened February 22nd, 2023. And as soon as I saw the way this thing was going, I was like, man, this is not going to be a good contract. Just give it to us so we can vote on it. And it was just
Right.
waiting for them to give it to us, then waiting for us to be able to vote. Then they extended the vote by 2 weeks. And it's like, come on, let's go already. Let's go. So I know a lot of people are excited that the members stood up, and now we're ready for those next steps. So let's go, baby.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Just for the people that just joined us, this is Mike Cariff. He just gave us the news that they voted the bullshit down. um, and your voices were heard. Some of you voted yes, but it was an overwhelming landslide of no votes, which means a majority of the carriers nationwide that were able to vote or chose to vote said that they believed that it was not satisfactory. It was not enough. There was too many people getting run over by everything that's going on in the world today, from getting robbed in the streets, from people beating them up and people getting killed for keys, for dog bites, for the bad management that just continually antagonize them. It was not worth 1.3%. And now he's telling you, if you even give two fucks about what you want, there's an open forum. I have a voice, but my voice means nothing. You now have the opportunity. Go click on the link that Yaya put up. It is carifforprez.org, and just type away whatever it is you feel. And don't be greedy about it either. Say CCAs need to be eliminated. That's my personal opinion, but that's what I would put in there if I had the opportunity. So go in there and speak your piece. Speak realistic also. Don't be like, oh man, we need $50 an hour raise. Be realistic, put your heart into it and let your voice be heard. Because they're going to look at a bunch of different ones and they may come up and just, analyze it. Okay, well, a majority of the people want X. They may or may not work, but at least your voices will be heard. Talk to him, Mike. Talk to him. I'm sorry. This is your time, brother.
No, man, you hitting the nail right there on the head, man. That's where we're at. Unfortunately, you elect a president or any of your representatives, and you kind of expect them to go to the mats for you. And we've kind of had to drag this president along a little bit, but that's okay. All that did was make us stronger. we have more participation in the union than ever before. Of course, we can do better, but you see people coming out to their meetings. You see people participating in this referendum on this contract. So all that is for the good. It's going to make us stronger in the end. Like I say, the next steps is fill out that sheet, get with your branches and find out what you guys are doing. Ask them to sponsor that march in Washington. If you're on the East Coast, hopefully you guys can get buses, to go down there to bring everyone in mass. If you're further away, you may send a one or two people or something like that. But the branches collect dues money, and this is something that we want to say, hey, this is what we want to spend our dues money on, to make sure that we're represented, to make sure our voice is heard, make sure that we get the public on our side, so that we can get a good contract and continue, and the Postal Service can be strong and deliver for the people. So it's exciting. Take a moment to celebrate or
This
whatever
is
you
history.
do. And yeah,
History.
and ironically, the president told us it was going to be his historic agreement, and it wasn't. But this is historic. It's
Yes.
historic that two to one put down a contract that was presented to us by our union leadership, by our union president specifically. And so it's a monumental change. It's a sea change in what's been going on, and the members have stood up, and they're being counted, and we're ready, man. We're ready. I'm doing my best to kind of coordinate everything and keep us moving forward. If you guys have suggestions, ideas, contact the campaign, and we'll put them into play. We're
I
here.
got
We're here to help you guys.
I got something that I'd like to put out there. Now, I'm not gonna speak on behalf of them, but I kind of got this voice, man. Um, Look, I you just saw a bunch of different people come together, from Corey, yourself, um, all these YouTubers and everybody getting out there talking. And social media is just one of those things that have gotten people united. This is the most I've ever seen carriers united. They're gonna argue about everything under the sun, but this is one thing that they've been united with. Now, wouldn't it be nice to see them united under their own local unions? So I'm gonna ask you, man. Um, there is a way. There has to be a way for the local unions to start hold local branch meetings by Zoom, because the way it is perceived at this moment is that they open the doors for a local meeting, but they make it virtually impossible for people to show up. I was talking live yesterday. One of the carriers said, "Hey man, down off of 41st Street at 5 p.m., nobody's gonna make it there in time." That's in Manhattan. There's just impossible. It's just the people that they make it where only the same people show up. But when there's more people that show up, that's when the majority starts speaking their will. Right now, the majority spoke their will. We need to know, is there a way that we can get it where, hey, look, all NALCs, you got to start using Zoom for those that can't show up, because we need all the members to be involved. These people continue to pay dues. I see a lot of them saying, hey, I don't want to pay any dues no more until this gets situated. And that's their opinion. But if they don't turn on the Zoom at Sunday at 3 p.m., then that's on them. But if they have a voice and say, look, man, I watched it, I know what's going on now. Now you see union participation. I think they all need to be able to have a way to participate. And right now they don't. There's some that just, I'm busy, I'm hurting, my back's hurting, my body's hurting, I'm working late, etc. But I think they really need an outlet, easier form for them to come and watch. I just turned this on a couple minutes ago, and we got almost 1,000 people that have watched. I can see the real time live views, and we've only been on here for, hell, was it 10 minutes, 15 minutes? This would be so much easier for the union to unite if they made that available. There's a lot of people that don't want to hear that shit, but there's a lot of people that are actual members that want that. Does that make sense?
You asking my opinion?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think it's definitely first of all, a lot of branches already have that as an option. I mean, I was at a meeting in Minneapolis this week. Man, you talk about accommodating people. they had the Zoom you could get on with the cameras and everything. They had two ASL sign language interpreters sitting there and that was up on the Zoom as well. For anyone that's hard of hearing, they're in person or over Zoom. My branch, I know Zoom meetings. Most of the branches I know of in Illinois, that is an option for the members. They do a dual type thing. So if you're saying an individual branch, those members have to come to that meeting and make that motion. And if they make that motion and it passes, then the branch has to follow the will of the members. If you want it to be a requirement
Say
that
it
every
again.
branch,
Say it again.
all they got to do is come to that meeting. Now, they wouldn't be able to, if the branch doesn't have a Zoom option, then you have to go to the actual meeting in order to win that vote. But the majority rules in every single branch in the NALC. So you go to that branch, you say, I make a motion that, we have a option for Zoom at the same time we have in our regular meetings. I get a second to that motion, and then the majority rules on how they vote on that. If that passes in that branch, you're good to go. If you want it to be a requirement, then you have to change the NALC Constitution. The Constitution will govern every single branch of the union. And you could do that. The next time we'll be able to do that, though, won't be until 2026 at the LA convention. But like you said, man, the idea is to get more people involved. And if that's going to help to get more people involved in their union, then I'm definitely for it. And I think the majority of the people will be for it. And it's a way to make sure that everyone is connected. So, I don't see any negative to it. But it's definitely going to be up to the members to exert their will on something like that.
All right, so you guys heard that again. Gareth told you there is a way. Now get your ass up. If you got to sit there and sacrifice one weekend and make sure that you got at least, 20 people with you and say, hey, look, we don't like going to meetings. It sucks. It's freezing wherever I'm at. We need to go there. We need to bring the motion to the floor. Let's make this at least easily accessible for all of us. Because a lot of you guys want to be involved, or you say it's just not. People lazy, man. Let's keep it 100. I don't like going. Shit, if I had to get up, oh man, I'm watching the game. I don't want to go. But if I had the option to turn my computer on and still watch the game or listen to it in the background, yeah, there's a lot of people that would show up. Now you just have to make that happen. There's no more bitching and complaining. Oh, they don't tell us what to do. They stop telling you what to do. Now is your opportunity. You have a Mr. Cariff, you have a James Henry. Look, the stuff you guys want, Cariff said just put it on a piece of paper or just write it. Go on his website, write it down. It's there for the new people that just showed up. CariffForPres.org. Go in there and write all the stuff that you want to see changed, and they will bring it. Talk about it one more time. You'll bring it where?
Yeah, man. So we're planning a march in Washington, D.C., March the 23rd. Everybody that goes to the website, careforpres.org, and that's the number 4. Once you go there, there'll be a link. Well, now it'll be on the homepage. You can fill out kind of like a survey questionnaire, and it's going to say, Dear President Renfro and Postmaster General DeJoy, we voted no on this contract, and here's what we're looking for out of the next agreement. And then there's a couple of different sections there. You fill it out. You say what your name is, your branch number, and then we'll have all that information. We'll print it out in like a letter format. We're going to submit that on March 23rd. We're marching from NALC headquarters to USPS headquarters, which ironically is 1.3 miles total. When we do that, we'll submit all of those letters on both ends so that when they get into those arbitration hearings, they know what the will of the letter carriers is going to be.
Okay. And I'm assuming the CLC will be there and everybody else, the whole clique. Gonna be a bunch of people up there?
I assume so. We started making some preliminary plans, but everyone wanted to make sure what the results of the balloting was. I mean, we kind of had an inkling it was going to go down, but if it would have passed, that would just be our contract, and there wouldn't be no reason to kind of continue to fight, at least in this forum. So everyone was kind of waiting, and I haven't had a chance to talk to everyone, but I anticipate hopefully everyone will get on board. And it's up to you guys, like to go to your branches and say, hey, branch like Manhattan, you mentioned, that's branch 36. Branch 36, are you going to sponsor this march? Are you going to endorse this march? Are you going to send people? Are you going to get buses? Whatever. So that's going to be up to everyone all around the country to go to their next meeting and make these proposals that the local branches endorse and sponsor this march on Washington, March 23rd. You can share the survey once you fill it out, or we'll just, you can just copy the link, copy and paste, share it, text message, email, put it on your social media platforms, whatever works. So we want everyone to participate. 63,000 carriers voted no. So if we get 63,000 forms, that'd be awesome.
All right, y'all heard that, right? So MJ just said, FYI, as soon as you pull up that link, it automatically pops up. You can't miss it. He said, thank
Yep.
you, Mike. So there's no excuse. Y'all text all day. I'll be getting on their ass. Now, y'all text all day. Y'all be TikToking and Snapchatting. Take a few minutes so you can get your life together. All right. I did the dirty work. Now it's time for you guys to get involved. If you don't want to vote for this man for president, you want to vote for that man for president, forget all of that. Get your voice heard now. Get your voice heard now.
Yes, sir.
Get your voice heard now. Voice of the voiceless. You hear me? Lately, I might not have a voice no more. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold you too much, man. Please close this out with whatever goodness you got to say for the family right here, man. I truly appreciate you talking. Speak your piece, brother. I don't want to keep ramming my mouth.
All right, man. Here's the final thoughts. I know that when I first started talking about this contract, and I was probably the first person in the NALC to say, and this is going back like 2 years, we have a lousy contract. And I saw that through COVID. I saw the sacrifices that people were making. I saw the issues that we were confronting, getting assaulted at gunpoint in so many locations out there. More time out there in the street, dealing with the elements, and just the daily harassment that goes on the workroom floor. And it's like we're not being paid enough for this type of job. Regular carriers leaving the job in droves like they never have, even after going through the non-career career and all that, which has been a big impediment to getting quality applicants into the job as letter carriers. We've seen the service deteriorate. We've seen the public lose confidence in us, and we've seen people don't want to be letter carriers, and definitely don't want their kids to be letter carriers because of the way the situation has evolved. We went into this contract negotiations in February 22nd of 2023. Here we are almost 2 years later. Finally, we have an answer to the question, is this type of treatment, is these type of terms sufficient for our members? And the answer is overwhelmingly no. I'm very happy to hear that. And now we move on to the next step of fighting to get the contract that we deserve through interest arbitration. I stand with you guys, brothers and sisters. Let's do this.
I just got a text message. Obviously, they want to know. I'm sorry, but I'm going to ask it while I got the man on here. They want to know 15 days.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then we go to arbitration. I think one of the things we're going to have to do is put pressure on our president and the post office. Schedule these hearings right away. I mean, we're planning this march on March 23rd, and there's people that say, won't the hearings be over by then? Normally, the way they do these things is they just kind of like, get arbitration dates 2-3 months down the road, and then they start, they drag it on. And the longer the Postal Service holds on to our money, the longer these lousy working conditions and this pay exists, the worse off it is for us. So we're going to have to put pressure. The 15 days is in the Constitution. Nothing we can do about that. After the 15 days, we need to push for arbitration now. Arbitration now, right after the 15 days.
So what's the deal with the arbitration? I know I spoke to you on the side. You said that the arbitrator is a job. Arbitration is a person that's their job, correct? As an arbitrator?
Well, previously, we were told by President Renfro that they had selected an arbitrator named Dennis Nolan to serve as the neutral arbitrator. The way it works is they have a panel, the NALC appoint.
Lost you. Oh, you breaking
up. What about now?
There you go. There you go.
So we get somebody from our law firm, Cohen Weiss and Simon. It's a tripartite arbitration panel.
Don't lose you. Oh man, lost him. That's when people don't want to talk. They go lose him. Damn. All right, maybe he'll join us back. All right. So just to be clear, when they have the arbitrators, they wait. And the individual arbitrator, I'm not just going to sit around. I'm a contractor. I'm not sitting around waiting for you to book me. I book a month, 2 months, 3 months in advance because that's my job. So when they had this individual a year ago, yeah, okay, they said they were going to put him on hold now or retain him. But they just found out today that they were voting this thing down. So the next step is 15 days from this upcoming Monday. 15 days from this upcoming Monday. If the post office, if they don't come up with anything, again, 15 days, then they have to bring it to arbitration. Now, what they're saying is that they don't know when arbitration is going to be. Let's just keep it real. They have to wait until the arbitrator has a date available. Typically, it's 2 months to 5 months before they come up with a date for arbitration. All right. That's where the end of it is. Our retro pay gonna be 10 grand in taxes. Yeah, that's funny. They said they cut them off. Delay does not mean denial. We did that. Carriers, yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. He said Renfro sniped the screen. They can't snipe it from my end. Um, listen, I'm really proud of you guys for standing up. Jay, can you ask him why they ain't even using a work stoppage as a bargaining tool? It's technically not a strike definition. I know. I spoke about that work stoppage stuff. But you know what? I like the fact that you guys are fighting. I like that because you're not laying down this time. You standing up. You standing up. And it's good to see that people, you guys, all of you, who the hell is you guys? You know the hell I mean. You guys are finally, waking up and you tell me when you go to sleep tonight, be realistic. When you go to sleep tonight, you gonna have a good feeling inside of you. Even though you didn't get that money, you realize today that your voice was actually heard. Does that make sense to you? Oh wait, let's let him back in. Let's let him back in. He just popped up. Two T's and oh, he in the hood. You got a pistol on you? Better be.
Man, I don't know what the hell's going on in my car. It keeps making all this noise. But yeah, I got my daughters in this little we call it fight club, but it's little kung fu action or whatever. So I had to
Okay.
drop her off, and I was trying to get it on the show. Well, we were talking about the arbitration panel, and there's three people on the panel. Postal Service appoints somebody, and then the NALC has somebody, normally from our law firm. And then the neutral arbitrator, they said was going to be Dennis Nolan. And I don't know if they've checked with Dennis Nolan's schedule and, like, do they have dates lined up? Because normally you're going to have a series of dates to have arbitration hearings. So I'm not sure how quickly that's going to happen, but we need to push this thing along. And post office needs to start giving us that money that they've been holding on to for the past 2 years. We haven't got a raise in 2 years.
That's why your car's acting up. No.
Maybe, man. I don't know what's wrong with that thing. I can't get it to shut up.
No. So I was just telling them that it could be anywhere between 2 months to 5 months before y'all actually go and sit down at the table. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that's a good time frame. I really don't know. This is something that President Renfro and his staff and the people around him are negotiating. We're not in the loop. The other members of the executive council of the NELC, as well as the membership, we're not in the loop on that. So as soon as we have some information, obviously we'll let everyone know. But we need to push this thing along for sure.
There's a lot of people talking about removing Renfro in the comment section. I don't think this is the time right now to talk about that. I'm sure there's going to be something that pops up, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. What I was just telling them is that I'm kind of proud of them, even though they didn't get money right now. I feel like everybody's going to go to bed tonight feeling that they achieved something, that their voice was heard. That
Yep.
actually makes people feel good. You know what I mean? They voted no, my voice was heard. Now they're depending on, unfortunately, Renfro to go back to the table. Do you guys have confidence that he's gonna, go out and do what's in the best interest of the carriers this time?
Well, you know, yes and no. The yes part is we're going to make sure he knows what we want out of this contract. That's one of the reasons why we wanted to do that survey thing. The yes part is he is our elected president, and we have confidence that he's going to serve his duties by representing us in this interest arbitration hearing. And then the no part is he hasn't shown up until now that he understands what the will of the members is, and what's acceptable to him is not acceptable to us. So we're going to keep working with him because he's our president. You know, the next election is not until 2026. So we'll keep working with him as long as he's our president, and that's all we can do, man.
Wow. Okay. Damn. So, you know, obviously everybody was talking about that letter. I'm not gonna put you on the spot with that letter. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I ain't gonna put you on the spot with that
I
letter.
didn't write the thing.
Safe answer, brother. Safe answer. Um, and that's all you guys need to know. That's it. That's it. All right. The letter's behind us. We know what the vote was, and we just need to know that whether it's you, whether it's Henry, that you guys are gonna be there to fight for these people that are here. Yeah, I said you people again. That they're gonna be able to have something or look forward to feel like they're respected, and you know, the job sucks, man. The job sucks without the money. The job sucks with all the, you know, the shit that they got to deal with. They just want to know that they're gonna feel respected again. I mean, not 100%, but they want to feel some type of change.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. We're gonna hold you to that, man. You know you always welcome on here, brother. I'm trying to get the other gentleman to come on. Uh, when I come back, we'll talk again, man. Anything you'd like to say in closing one more time? You wanna, for the new people that just walked in, I can see a lot of new people that came in here. Tell them
If
about
you got
what you
new
got.
people, go to careforprez.org, fill out that survey. It is a letter to President Renfro and to the Postmaster General. It lets them know here's what we want out of a contract, because obviously they haven't been hearing us up until now. So now that we voted this thing down, we made our voices known loud and clear. We have a chance, and we're going to take those survey the answers, and we're going to put them in letter form. Here's the person's name. Here's what branch they're in. Here's where they work at, and here's what they want out of a contract. And we're going to deliver those things on March 23rd, March on Washington, first at NALC headquarters, 100 Indiana Avenue Northwest. And then we're going to march 1.3 miles, how ironic, to USPS headquarters, LaFlante Plaza. And we're going to deliver those same letters to Postmaster General DeJoy and make sure that we're able to get a contract that we deserve. And like I said, dignity on the job is important, because without dignity on the job, you're not going to have a stable workforce that can deliver service to the American people. And so this march we're going to have, we're going to reach out to everyone, other unions, the general public. Obviously, we want everyone, all of their branches, to support the march, endorse it, you know, send people to the march. So, you know, the fight's not over, but tonight was today, I guess, was a very good win for the people that say we deserve more, and you absolutely do. You know, you absolutely do.
Cool, cool. So y'all guys out there, you people, I'ma go. I'ma go. That's gonna be a hike for me. And this is not my union, but y'all are my family. So I will show up there. That's gonna be one. It's a big thing. I'm not writing the letter. If you write that right on his website, I got it pinned to the top. And it's gonna go over to, you know, headquarters. If you can, go. It's on a Sunday. Slide over there. There's strength in there's unity and strength in numbers. And right now, your numbers were overwhelming. So if I show up and freeze my ass off, you guys can do it too. You better be there, Mike.
Oh, I'll be there, man. I will definitely be there.
Um, you know what you can bring, right? You make sure when you're coming there that you go over to Chicago, you grab some of that cardboard pizza so I can wrap it around me and keep me warm. Oh man, I got people thinking it, man. No, I'm just kidding, man. They love that pizza in Chicago. Um, but yeah, man, I appreciate what you're doing, and I appreciate your transparency. That's what means most to them. All right.
Absolutely.
Um,
Hey, man, if I don't get a chance to tell you, safe travels, my brother. Safe travels. We'll be
thank
waiting
you.
on you on the back end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gonna make it back. Hopefully, they don't lock me out the country when I come back.
It's wild
Get
out there
stuck
right
out.
now.
Strange shit happening in this world. All right, brother, man. Enjoy your baby. It's cold out there. I know you freezing, but
Yeah, I'm a
thank you
mailman. It's
again.
okay. All right,
Yeah,
my
no.
brother. Thank you.
All
Have a
right,
good
man.
night, brother.
Have a good
Thanks.
night.
Yep.
Mm, 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 mm. Well, y'all heard it. He said, Jay, freestyle real quick. Okay, okay. I can't do that right now. Listen, Yonkers, New York, nah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Where the dogs at? My son was friends with DMX son, Xavier. We used to go to the Boys and Girls Club together. How about them apples? A little history behind the scenes. Again, I can't say how much I'm proud of you guys. It just made me proud, B. I'm gonna go to sleep. You see my microphone and shit. You see, I'm gonna turn off this now. I'm gonna show you what it look like in the background. Change the virtual background. I'm glad I keep my house clean. I'm glad I keep the house clean, baby. Um, yeah, 0 bars. You already know 0 bars. Y'all should be happy. Y'all should be happy. No, you didn't achieve nothing, but you achieved everything. Y'all achieved everything. You said Renfro, yeah, nah, www.no.com. You got a good weekend ahead of you. But here's your opportunity. Click that link, write your piece, speak your piece. And if you can show up in Washington, Jay gonna be over there. And one of you guys give me some of that cardboard pizza from yeah, I got a lot of people from Chicago in here. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you see me out there, say what's up. And we will chat, fam. We'll chat. All right. Hopefully this is some good news to somebody. The letter is fake. I ain't say the letter was fake. What he clearly said was he didn't write the letter. Y'all take that for what it's worth. All right. This is JH. Um, and I'm out. Jersey got the best pizza. Want to touch Jersey pizza with a 10-foot pole. I'm just kidding, man. See, this the type of shit y'all supposed to be doing. Camaraderie. Have fun with each other. All right. I'm out.